Hey there, welcome back to my channel. Long time no see. Please ignore my closet in the back. It is so ugly and I'm mad at myself for wanting the cheap way out when I should have just invest in a better quality closet. I kind of want to just do something else. I'm gonna do like a more honest approach to YouTube. That's what I'm thinking, taking a more honest approach. Not like I was lying to anyone, because no one really watches me, but like I want to talk more about like real life and what people go through. And so yeah, so more about me. Like, I'm 29 years old and I work retail. I hate working retail, but I work retail. Now my job isn't as horrible as I make it sound. It's actually okay. It's a stepping stone for me to get into something bigger. So I'm just in that weird awkward stage in my life where I'm waiting to where I'm trying to get a higher paying job. Well, I'm not really putting much of the work in to get the higher paying job, but now I've been starting to do it more. I don't know, I just don't have fucking patience with myself. So it's just me thinking about different types of career paths that I can make money, because that's honestly my sole motivator in life, is just money. Like, I want to make more money. I want to have a comfortable life. I don't want to be stressed out about fucking bills. Not that I'm stressed out about bills right now, because the little job that I do have, it pays pretty good. I just need to budget myself better, but it does pay pretty well. It's not the worst job in the world, but I'm at this point in my life where I'm about to be 30 years old. I don't want to run up and down and be hustling for money anymore. That shit is stressful and I don't like it. So that's why I'm at the point where I'm really just trying to rethink like my career path and how I want. In a nutshell, the perfect job for me would be just to be in a fucking office. Like an office job. So, we're gonna try. That's where I have been with my life and on my journey. Honestly, what has helped me keep my mental keep my I don't know why I can't talk. That's so funny. I could write better than I talk. I cannot talk. But what has helped me be sane and not to go crazy, and I have had moments where I have been depressed. Yes, I have had moments when I have been depressed. But what has helped me keep myself sane is to, one, keep my room clean, because if my room is in chaos, like in the back, it's stressing me out. I have to fix that at some point. But when my room is in chaos, my mind is in chaos. And also not to watch other people, like other people that are successful. I'm happy for them, but I'm not going to worry about what they're doing or what they have, because it just makes me feel bad about myself. Like, because when I tell you, when you look at other people and you start to measure yourself to other people and like why you're not on their path, shit, it really stresses you out. So I kind of just want to be more real on my channel, and I hope that not that I've been lying to anyone, honestly, but I don't talk about like, and I feel like a lot of people go through this. They don't really talk about what's really happening in their lives because they're afraid of what other people are going to say, or they're afraid that other people are going to judge them. So I'm just, I want to take more of a real approach on my little YouTube channel, because I feel like other people may be going through what I'm going through, and they could like, one day stumble I look crazy, by the way. They could one day just stumble upon my video and either express interest or give advice, or I give them advice. So help each other out. So yeah, like, I guess this video will be just don't compare yourself. This is horrible concealer. Do not compare yourself to other people. And I think I'm gonna call this series Makeup and Life Chat. Just how not to compare yourself to other people. So often in times, every now and then, when I really think about, sometimes I feel like, I'm a failure. I'm young, I'm in my 20s, I have really good health, I'm successful. I don't have money. I'm not good with money too. I'm working on that now. But all of these things kind of like makes me feel inferior to somebody that is kind of. Sometimes when I pay attention to people, that's how I feel. But I realize I pull myself back when I start to get like that and realize you have to go at the beat of your own drums. You cannot take life too seriously. I feel like life happens in stages. You know, I feel like at every point you're always going to have a rough stage in life where it's hard, where you're just confused, and then you have the stage where you're adapting and you're changing and you're learning and you're growing, and then you have the stage when you're there and you're figuring out things, but it's not perfect, and that rough stage is always going to come with life, because that's how life is. You just have to know how to deal with it. And I feel like as humans, the best thing that, like, well, what I've learned is, like, just take one day a step at a time, and, like, with everything you go through, try to learn from your mistakes, why these things are happening to you. Try to be easy on yourself. You know, you don't always have to have it figured out. This is something that I constantly have to remind myself. It doesn't have to always be perfect. Let me tell you a story. My mom's best friend, and it's a really short story, but I feel like as Black women, and honestly, I get my inspiration. I don't just get my inspiration from Black women. I get my inspiration from all types of women. But I feel like as Black women, we really do have a lot of positive people to look up to. You just have, my mom was telling me about her best friend, right? And her best friend was in an abusive marriage with this man. He was abusing her for years. I believe she went back to school at the age of like 40 or in her late 30s. It must have been her late 30s or 40. She went back to nursing school. She got her degree. Now she's a head nurse in a hospital in Manhattan. Yes, she's like a head nurse in charge of all the other nurses. She went back to school, got her nursing degree, then she went back and got her master's degree. Every single time my mom talks to this woman on the phone, this woman is traveling, going around the world. She's just on vacation. She's not a travel nurse. She just goes on vacation, goes around the world, and living her best life. And she left her husband. It's never too late, basically. Even my mom is going back to nursing school, and I'm really happy for her. It's never too late, you know? Like, try something new and stop letting your age hold you back. Like, that's with me. Sometimes I think like, oh my God, I feel like society wants women to really fixate on their age. Like, oh my God, you're 29, you're not married. You're 29, you don't have a stable career yet. You're 29, you don't have a kid yet. You're 29, like stuff like this. Does anyone not get this? That like they feel like society really pressures women to always be in this next chapter of life. It is exhausting. It's exhausting, okay? You don't have to always be in the next fucking chapter of life, man. You can live in the present and be putting in like the little small blocks towards building your future. That's what I'm trying to do. You know, you don't always have to be 10 steps ahead. Now, it's good to have plans. I always have a backup plan. I have a plan A, B, C, and D. It's always good to have a backup plan in terms of career, in terms of money. That's how I think it's wise. I feel like society really does pushes women to age really fast. It's like they care about a woman's age, but they push you to age really fast. Because I'm not gonna lie, I feel like getting married and having kids will age the shit out of you. I feel like the only reason why I look this young, and my diet is not that great, I'm working on it, but the only reason why I look this nice is because I'm not stressed out about anything. The only thing that will stress me out a little bit is the fact that I do not have money to go shopping. That is my biggest issue. And even that's not really a problem because I always spend a lot of money. Like, my job just gave us gift cards. My life isn't that bad. Imagine if I had kids. It would suck. I would probably be poor. I don't want to be poor if I have kids. Like, hopefully my man, if I ain't got it, my man will have it. But could you imagine? I would be stressed out unless he's rich. I always told my mom, and I'm rambling on, but she was like, Candace, she always told me not to have kids. And I want to make a video about this. But I always would tell her, like, I would not have kids with someone that's broke and I'm broke. And a lot of people would look at that and be like, who do you think you are? Why do you ask for what you don't have? I'm a woman and I can. No, literally, you can. You know that, right? You just have to believe in yourself. And I feel like a lot of black women, they don't believe in it. Because when a guy has it, he's not gonna want from you, you know? The most a guy will want is for you to be fit, in shape, great personality, smart. Check, 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 check. Like they don't, I feel like men with money really, the ones that have it, they don't really care if the woman had. Obviously you should have your own, but yeah. So we're not going down that rabbit hole. I'll go that rabbit hole later in terms of black women with the whole kid thing, and how my mom basically branded into my brain from a very young age to never have kids. And I saw what she went through. I will go down that rabbit hole one day and make a video about it. But in this video, you don't always have to have it all together. Like, you really don't. Sometimes I feel like, I need to move a little faster. I need to fix things about myself, and I end up fixing it. Like, for one thing, it's like my fears. My fears is looking at my student loan debt. I don't like looking at that shit. I don't want to look at that shit. But do you know what I did the other day? I looked at it and I was like, oh, my credit is not bad. I can fix it. I can figure out a way how to fix my credit and I can fix it. It's not bad. It's like in the middle. My student loans is not bad. And if you're afraid of like doing things that could better your life, you just have to kind of do it. Like me, I don't like because I know I'm bad with money. And it's like, I don't know. It's like I'm afraid to learn about how bad I am with money by actually tracking my spending. But I realize you just have to get over it and just do it, because it's the only way you'll change. And it's true. Some people don't want to change. Like, I didn't want to change, but it's not good. Yeah, I kind of wanted to make this video to know that, like, if anyone's in this situation, hey, we in the same boat together. I honestly tend to I try not to be so serious. Yes, I have a coffee addiction, and I might change that one day. And that's about it. Like, I feel like you only live once, so I don't like taking life too seriously. When I used to work at Saks, the easiest way for you to fall into that materialistic mindset, work at a designer store. Work at a designer store, work around rich people. You will become materialistic. You'll be like, damn, I want this. I want what they have. I need this. I need this type of lifestyle. Because I never used to be so crazy about like having nice things until I worked around people that had that shit. And I was like, oh my God, why don't I have this? Like, I remember I was checking out this one woman at Bloomingdale's, and she had this, I don't know what kind of Birkin bag it was. I don't know my Birkin bags, but it was like this big. Okay, it was a little wide. It looked like a Birkin. I don't know if it was a Kelly. I think Kellys are small. And then she had the cutest little silk scarf wrapped around the handles. And I'm like, I know that bag is probably a good 20K. I know that bag is expensive. Just sitting on a table. And I'm like, it's such a nice, simplistic, well-crafted bag. I used to get so jealous when I'd see these young girls, and they'd be my age or even younger, with these big ass fucking diamond rings on their hands. Like, almost all the young girls that would come into the stores to come shopping would always have the fattest rings on their fingers. And I remember I was helping this one woman at Aritzia, and she was getting married, right? And like, she was looking for a puffer coat. She was so sweet. This girl had multiple fat diamonds on her fingers. And I'm just, you think like people, and it's not to be rude to her, but you think that these girls are, I don't rate women, but you think that they're like, they'd be super, they're not supermodels. They're everyday looking girls. Like, so it's just like, wow, it's so easy for them to get like, to become engaged. Like, I don't know if it really was easy for them, but I feel like it is. I feel like it's easy for certain type of women to get what they want. And I know it sounds bad, and I'm not going to think about it like that anymore, because it's kind of a, I feel like it's a very debilitating way of thinking to just assume that, oh, because she's like white, she has it easy. But it feels, when that's all you see and you're around these people, it feels that way. Like, you don't really know these things, so don't watch what they have. But it's very, I'm telling you, it's very easy to like fall into that materialistic mindset, especially when I used to work at Saks Fifth Avenue, when I used to work at Bloomingdale's. Girl, the girlies that would come up in there decked out head to toe, and it didn't even have to be designer, but they would have one, and I noticed with these types, they would have like one or two statement pieces that they weren't broke, that they big spending over here. What the fuck type of reality was I born into? Like, why? I'm too pretty to be behind this goddamn counter. So yeah, I don't know. Don't be looking at what people have. I'll get it if I have to get it myself, or somebody will give it to me. You know, that's about it. Like, my grandma used to always tell me never to watch what people have, watch what you have, you know? She would always say that to me. What has helped me to not be like annoyed about not my life not being perfect is to just like I know I'm using this. It's because I lost my eyebrow brush for this, and I've been using this. This is not the correct brush. I've been using this as a substitute. This is not the correct brush. This is an eyeliner brush. And I haven't had the time to go to Sephora and get the correct one. So I've just been winging it with this